Hello, so today I'll be showing you how to use our online catalogue to search for images within our collection, and we'll also be taking a brief look at the Archives Library catalogue as well. Search. So the way that I would recommend you search for images is to use our expert search function, and this is great because it allows us to do combined searches. So as an example, let's say we were looking for photographs of Bigglesade First World War memorial, and we can see that we've already got our first subject term set up. So in there we can just go ahead and input Biggleswade, and to add another row all we need to do is press the yellow plus symbol. And again, as our second subject term, we're going to input war memorials. And if you were ever unsure about how Bedfordshire Archives have indexed something or what index terms exist in our collections, what I would recommend you do is you can open the advanced search in a new tab, and then you can partially input a potential term. So let's go for war and press the binoculars here. And this will bring up a list of index terms that have been used by the archives that begin with war. So we've got the War Agricultural Committee, war graves, and here we can see that we do actually have a term for war memorials. So if we go back to our expert search, right, and then we also need to add a third subject term, so we can search for photographs. And again, you could switch out photographs for really any medium. So for example, you could search for engravings, postcards. Again, you would just need to go back to the advanced search to see what index there possibly is. And finally, we just need to refine by to a year period. So there we can click the drop down button here and we can select year from. And in this we'll put 1919 to, let's say, 1921. And again, if you were searching for a specific year, you can switch out the Boolean operators as you see fit. And again, I would always recommend that you have records per page set to 50. You see this has retrieved 8 results, and you can click into a reference to see greater detail. Some of our catalogue descriptions have thumbnail images attached, and you can again click on these to get them slightly larger. Not all our catalogue descriptions have thumbnail images attached for a variety of reasons, one of them being some items may still be under copyright. And again, another way to search for broader images, if we go back to our search, would be to, instead of having photographs as a subject term, we could go broader and could include, we could input as a subject term illustrations, and this would bring up photographs, postcards, engravings, watercolors, anything that's been indexed underneath that broad heading of illustration. So as an example, let's say we were looking for illustrations of Flitwick Church. So again, I would just go Flitwick, add church as its second, and again add, and this time add illustrations. And if we click search, and we can see this brought up 28 results, and we can see that we've got negatives, we've got drawings, engravings, and so on. So that's a very quick way of searching for images within our collections. And I'll just briefly go back to this search. We'll clear this and go back to the advanced search. So just to talk briefly about our library catalogue, although Bedfordshire Archives is predominantly concerned with original material, we do have a small collection of books and pamphlets which can be used to support research on site, and they have their own separate library catalogue which can also be searched. And all you need to do for this is in the advanced search where it says search in archives, click the drop down menu and select library catalogue, and you can see now that the fields have changed, but they're still very similar to the archive catalogue. So for example, the author database, again we input authors' names in the same way that we index persons and institutions. So that would be surname, comma, forename. So again, if we went Gobber, comma, Joyce, and that would then retrieve all references to books or pamphlets that include her name. Again, we don't at Bedfordshire Archives use the name field, so we'll just skip over that one. Again, the subject term works similarly to the archive one in that you can search via a particular topic. So for example, if you wanted to search for books or items relating to poor law, so if we input poor, we can see all the various different terms that have been used. So we can just click on one, search, and there you go, we've got 36 results. And then if we go back to our search and we clear that, the free text and words from title abstract fields are quite similar. The free text will search from on every available field, but the words from title abstract will obviously only search those two fields. And although in the previous video I did say that for the archive side of things, the words from title often isn't very helpful in retrieving relevant results. The library stock for Bedfordshire Archives is small enough that you could use this field and not be overloaded by too many irrelevant results. So just as an example, if we put in poor law and search, again, we can see that it is bringing up on the whole relevant results. And again, if you knew the year of publication of a specific book or pamphlet, you can input that there and it will retrieve everything that we hold that was published in a particular year. So that was a very brief look into the images and library catalogue. The next series of videos will be looking at local history sources, and if you have any comments, do leave them in the comment section.